Hi, you're gonna die. And that's not a threat, that's more of a heads up. And I am too. And personally, I think that sucks way more. Unfortunately too, I'm 23 and I haven't yet started spending my valuable and diminishing time on this planet in ways that give me, like, pride and stuff. One day I will. Probably, but for right now, I spend my free time doing things that in no way could benefit me in the future. Let's just jump right into the first coolest way that I spend my limited time on this planet, and this is really hard to say out loud. I went to the Joker 2 fan event by myself. I don't mean to flex on you poor people, but I have AMC A-list. I have the ability to see 3 movies in the theater every week for free. Besides the fee that I pay. So, like a rich, badass champion, I go to the movie theater by myself. Regularly. And one random Monday, I wasn't doing anything, so I got a single ticket to the Joker 2 IMAX fan event. There were people who you would expect to be at the Joker 2 fan event, and I'm sure you know who I mean. But then there were also a bunch of 20-year-old women who would shriek every single time that Lady Gaga appeared on screen. Throughout the entire movie. Every single time. Why are you doing that? Nobody is that excited to see anybody. Ever. Why can't you guys be more reserved and cool like me? The guy who went to the Joker 2 fan event alone. But besides the Lady Gaga people, there are also a lot of Joaquin Phoenix Joker people. Do you guys know how scary it is to be sitting in a dark movie theater and see 30 guys all dressed up like Joaquin Phoenix Joker walk in and sit directly behind you? Directly in your blind spot? My fight or flight kicked in. A few years ago was the first time that I was ever in a public place and saw a guy with hair as greasy as possible, dressed up like Joaquin Phoenix Joker, and I thought that was it for me. It was at Comic-Con. I thought I was gonna die at Comic-Con. I love Comic-Con. I go every year. Despite how often a 400-pound man dressed as a comic-accurate Starfire crop dusts me, I still love to go. Still, I would prefer it not to be my grave. Moving on, second super cool thing that I waste my sentience on. I watch YouTube videos reviewing the historical accuracy of movies for movies that I've never seen. Perfect example, The Crucible. Haven't seen the movie, definitely haven't seen the play, definitely haven't read the play. Get out of here with that. And I don't even know too much about the time frame, besides that they thought that there were witches, and a lot of them died, and some old guy that was accused of being a witch got crushed to death by a bunch of rocks. Which sucks. But, think about it this way, if he was a witch, thank God we got him. I've been saying this for a while to a lot of people. I don't know why everybody's so pessimistic about the witch trials. You know, everyone's so pessimistic about everything, man. It's dulling my flame. Does anybody ever think that maybe we don't have witch trials anymore because we don't have to have witch trials? Because we don't have witches anymore? Because we got all of them? Maybe there were witches running around town, wreaking havoc, hiding among us, until some guy in the dumbest outfit ever said, let's throw them all in a giant vat of water, and if they float, then they're a witch, and then we'll get them. And if they sink to the bottom and drown, then they're innocent, and sorry about that. Real way that they did that, by the way. And hey, what if that worked? Why don't we have any faith in our judicial system, guys? Famously, they're always fair and just. Hard shift out of the witch trial stuff and into the next coolest way that I've spent my free time, and you really are gonna have to stick with me through this whole story. Looking up sad XXX on my laptop in public because I needed it for a video. I don't know if you guys saw my last video about how all the buses in New York City are trying to kill me, but for that video, I needed a photo of the album cover for the song Sad by XXXTentacion. So in the middle of a coffee shop at peak hours, I went onto Google Images and confidently typed in Sad XXX. But whoopsie! Doug forgot that XXX means something else. So, in a very public place, I was getting flooded with adult thumbnails to special videos where everybody just looked super bummed. I didn't even know that was a real genre of movies. But I guess I'm not even a little bit surprised. Let's take a break from mentioning the coolest ways that I do spend my free time in order to note an honorable mention of something that I haven't done with my free time in a long, long while. Learn something. It has been a really long time. Back in high school, dude, I was learning stuff left and right. Revolutionary War shit, how to drive. One day I even learned how to make an origami t-shirt out of a dollar bill. That was pretty cool. Whereas now, when I try to read books, I just start thinking about stuff in my brain, like memories or whatever, and my body stays on autopilot with my eyes going down the paragraphs and my hands flipping pages, and next thing I know, I'm 30 pages deeper than when I started, and I have no clue what's going on. But I don't want to go back 30 pages, because then that means that I have more book to read. So instead, I just try to get the gist of what's going on in the plot after skipping an eighth of the book, and that never works, obviously. So I just get disgruntled and then go on YouTube, and then, at least recently, I get sucked into a YouTube Shorts rabbit hole. And that actually leads me into the next coolest way that I spend my limited free time. I have basically watched the entirety of the TV show House via 60-second clips on YouTube Shorts. Every clip is out of order from the last. I have no idea what the overarching plot is, or honestly, even if there is one. I just know that there's this doctor, and he has a limp, and he's mean to people, but he's always right. So it's okay then to be a dick, which is good. Being a dick, that's a good thing for a doctor to be. Because hospitals are a place where people are already somewhat reluctant to go to. Whether it be because of money or embarrassment in the medical issue or whatever. But I know, at least personally, that I would be able to more easily overcome that apprehension if I knew that the person who I was going to confide in was gonna bully me. And people say, oh yeah, he's a dick, but he's always right. And I'm like, yeah, a doctor should be though, right? And I understand that there are like malpractice suits and crappy doctors roaming around and stuff, but for the most part, doctors tend to be correct about medical stuff. That's kind of the whole point. And most of them aren't taking every opportunity they can to call you stupid. But in spite of all of that, I do love House. Great show, great acting, great writing. But yeah, no clue the overarching plot. Every now and then, one of the shorts I watch sees House in prison, and that's not a hospital, so that confuses me. And I could very easily Google even the most basic plot summary in order to clear up some of these questions that I have, but I don't, because that time could be better spent, at least in my opinion, watching another YouTube short of House. And that's the list. And there are a lot more things that I could throw on here, believe me, but those are the big ones. Anyways, I hope you liked the video. Subscribe, because I do more. I make more, and they're gonna be on Mondays. So that's how I chose to phrase that. And also like and comment and stuff. And also, bye.